Our next category is making or missing the playoffs. Last year you bet New York Jets to miss the playoffs. That obviously cashed.
Yes.
And then you had Kansas City.
I had some
Dallas.
parlays. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You had Kansas City, Dallas, and Jacksonville parlayed to make the playoffs. That didn't hit. Cleveland, the Jets, and Detroit to miss. That one didn't hit.
This is the other spot. This is the other spot where the Jags ruined me. So last year, like you said, I put 2 units on the Jets to miss. It was one of the best bets we made all year. I had, and I don't know if we have the graphic to show it, I had at good odds the Chiefs, Dallas, and Jacksonville to make. The Chiefs clinched early. The Cowboys clinched early. The Jags started 8-3 and then fell apart. So that was plus 160. That was a 2-unit bet. So that was a painful one. That's where I was saying, so again, the Jags, we had them divisions. Jacksonville really killed me. And then Cleveland, New York, and Detroit to miss. That was a quarter-unit bet at plus 755. That was a bad bet because Cleveland and Detroit made it. So that was just a bad bet. But the Jacksonville one killed me. All right, so I have, DeMonze, 3 teams that I'm straight up betting to miss, and then I have some parlays. Okay? So, straight up to miss. The Jets, for reasons previously discussed, they're plus 138. Philadelphia, if you remember earlier, let me find it. Oh no, Philadelphia, as previously discussed, I'm fading them all year, plus 235 to miss. And if you remember earlier, I said for Miami, there was a better way to bet them. Yes. Instead of betting under 9.5, I'm going to bet them to miss the playoffs. And that's where I'm going to get my value from them. So I'm going to go under I'm going to go Miami at plus 128 to miss the playoffs. That's where I'm going to get my value from Miami. The difference in the
juice here is just, it's a cheat code. It's awesome that like they both exist. And
here's the problem. Here's the reason why. It's because sometimes you value cut yourself. So sometimes the under would have hit, but they make the playoffs. Like, it's the opposite of what you would think. You understand what I mean? So a team whose total is under 9.5 at minus 115,
and then
you bet them to miss the playoffs at plus 120. They go 9-8 and make the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Sense.
So that's you have to have kind of a good idea of what it's going to take to make the postseason and all of that. But I do think sometimes you can find some value in those spots. So those are the only 3 individual make-miss playoff bets I'm making. The Jets at plus 138 to miss, Philly at plus 235 to miss, Miami at plus 128 to miss. By the way, you parlay all... I'm sorry, that's a different one. So I'll wait on that one for a moment. That's right. So I'll get to that in a moment. Now, this right here, DeMonze, this parlay I'm about to give out is my favorite bet on the sheet. I know it says this is a 2-unit bet. I'm adjusting that in real time. This is going to be a 3-unit bet. Okay? The following 4 teams to miss the postseason: the Giants, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Saints. Those 4 teams to miss the playoffs, you get plus 200. Those 4 teams, not a single one of them is going to get to 9 wins. The only one that could is Pittsburgh because of the Tomlin voodoo, and 9 won't get you to the playoffs in the AFC in that division. It's plus 200. It's 3 units. We're locking it in. Now, Go ahead, DeMonte. Go.
No, that was very fair with the Pittsburgh. I was a little worried, but yeah, they are in a division where that amount of 100%. No, I like that a lot. I see why you put 3 units on it.
All right. So now a different parlay. To make the playoffs, this is much harder because it's longer odds. The Chiefs, free money. The Bills should do it. And then the 2 teams I'm riding in the NFC, the Rams and the Bears, that's 7-1. That's a half unit bet. 2 AFC teams, 2 NFC teams, 7-1, a half unit bet. And then a flyer of 3 teams everyone's high on but me. And that DeMonte is just going to hate this bet, but that's okay. Green Bay, the Jets, and the Eagles, all to miss. It's plus 1720, and that is a quarter unit bet. So let's just look at this. I'm going to very quickly, I should have done this before. I'm going to do this in real time. I apologize for doing math on the air, and we're going to figure out how many units that I have laid out before we get to our Super Bowl exacta. On my overs, I'm just doing the juice in my head. 1.1 plus 1.6, we're at 2.7, plus 1.5, we're at 4.2, plus 1.3, we're at 5.5, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, we're at 8.5, plus, oh, that's perfect, plus 1.5. All right, we risked 10 units on our team totals. On our division winners, we already told you 6 half-unit bets, so we're at 13. On our miss the playoff bets, those my Jets, Eagles, Dolphins, there were 3, we're at 16. We have a 3-unit bet on a parlay, so now we're at 19. We have a make the playoffs bet for a half unit, we're at 19.5. We have a quarter unit bet there. We're at 19.75. That's perfect. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.